The Watchman is a player who is going to protect both the players.
Is it not this aggressive mindset that Rohit Sharma inculcated in the team since he took over the captaincy?
The game was always in our hands. It was India's game to lose. At this point, what KL Rahul and Jadeja badly need is a very good PR team.
But hats off to our tailenders who understood that task.
In the attempt to achieve flamboyancy, we cannot compromise on stability. This is probably the worst bowling attack we are facing. Worst English bowling attack we are facing.
In Test cricket, I feel the conventional cricket should be there.
It's a dramatic end to a dramatic Test match. Lots of action, lots of drama, all through the 5 days of this Test match, and unfortunately did not end our way. It was within our reach. It was in our hands, and it was for us to lose it after the end of third innings or England's second innings, and we did what we were not supposed to do. To take us through all those action, drama, and what happened there, and also how can we bounce back from this 2-1 deficit, we have again with us Orko, Satyajit, and Abhishek. To start off, let's go with Satyajit first. Where did we go wrong, and what we could have done better?
As most of the experts noted, the intent was a bit low in the last innings. If you see, Ben Stokes took on the captain's hat really well. He was bowling all those 9-over, 7-over spells. And what happened to India was their top order had crumbled. Yashasvi Jaiswal fell 2 times to Jofra Archer below 10 runs. KL Rahul was holding the fort, but Shubman Gill also could not score much runs in this match in the top order. And at the end of day 4, we were at 58 for 4. Akashdeep sent us the night watchman. He added the last number to 58 for 3 tally at 58 for 4. When we started at the day 5, it looked defiant with KL Rahul and Rishabh Pant, but Rishabh Pant, who was already battling an injury in his hand, succumbed to Jofra Archer. And from that, it was going haywire. After that, only Jadeja took up the role and cemented the innings for that 87 for 8 to 170 all out. A huge role was played by Jadeja. I think he played some 170 odd balls or something, close to that. But a very huge role was played by Jadeja, and he has cemented his role not only as an all-rounder, but maybe as a batsman in this series also. I think we need to work on that batting as well. And also, somewhere India lost the match was with the bowling. In the first innings, 116 runs were added by their tailenders. And this was after they had already lost 6-7 wickets. There, India should have attacked more and completed that, wound up that tail within some 20-30 runs. We had given 80-90 extra runs. And if you see, what I think is Dhruv Jural is not a very mature wicketkeeper till now. Any ball going behind the leg, which would be an ODI white ball, he was missing them. And he has given around 20-24 odd runs by just buys, which is a very negative thing from a keeper. So I think a lot of things to take care of in the next match.
Okay, Abhishek?
Actually, I wanted to add upon this. For Dhruv Jural, it was difficult for him to playing his first match in this bilateral series, and he got a pitch which had uneven bounce, and he struggled with that. And at this level, he should have kept well, and it would have turned the match. Actually, we lost by 22 runs, and if he would have saved those runs, I think the match was in our reach. And I wanted to add what Satyajit Da said. We lacked intent in our second inning batting. As if the score was low, our batsmen took it casually. Those who were scoring centuries back in different test matches, first and second test matches, they were kind of more aggressive, or I don't know how, but they couldn't hold their wicket for a longer period of time. They knew that it is going to be tough for that point of time. On the next day in the morning time, they could have kept their wicket for 10 more overs, I think. But hats off to our tailenders who understood that task. But a slog from Bumrah after 15 balls, good batting, and yet Siraj played well like a warrior. No words for Ravindra Jadeja. He has done like this in earlier matches too. Like we have seen him playing like this. He has been a key player for us in test matches or in ODIs, and that's why he's a number one all-rounder in test matches. But the thing is, what our bowlers did, like Bumrah and Siraj, we could have it. The result would have different if our batsmen or the middle order understood that task. Washington Sundar unfortunately gave his wicket. Bumrah, although he played 50 balls like a warrior, but he with a bad slog and Siraj playing the defense, our actually luck rolled out against us, and it rolled toward the wicket, and we lost the match. That was.
To build up on what Safida said, uh, England lost Joe Root for 271. They were 271 for 6.
Yeah, exactly.
At 27, then 271 for 7. Wokes gone in the very first ball. And from 271 for 7, they reached 387 in the first innings. That's something of a worry, actually. When the tails come in and chip in those many runs. And it has been a regular issue with us. Now, since Orko is here, so let's have his take on this game first. Then we'll move on. So where did we go wrong, Orko? What we could have done better? I'll come to Abhishek's one point about slogging as well. So, but first let's have it from Orko.
I feel that there is a problem with too much, plenty of aggression. I feel the aggressive mindset was felt artificial, because Washington Sundar was asked what are the plans of the team. He just blatantly said that okay, we'll finish the game before lunch. It's like 193. The chase of 193 is pretty tricky, because we have seen the English batters facing the heat. A batter of class like Joe Root was outdone by a beauty, and Stokes also was facing difficulties. Yes, that pitch was not like a pitch having a lot of demons, but I feel it was a very tricky pitch, and this trend of playing baseball every time does not pay off, because Yashasvi Jaiswal played a lackluster shot, or he was playing lackluster cricket, so it didn't click, and that's why the other batters had to play the normal conventional cricket, which Test cricket is, and I think this is the way forward, because if you want to make Test cricket commercialized, you have to play it like Test cricket, and that's why it was a better than a web series, and everyone is saying that it was one of the best things happened this year, this Test match.
I think you mentioned that aggressive way of batting, especially mentioning that I would level it as a reckless shot from Yashasvi Jaiswal. There was no need of it. When it comes to Bumrah, we can sort of understand after a bowler plays for 50 balls, there will be lack or lapse in attention span, and the game should not have gone to Bumrah in the first place. But is it not?
I didn't want to blame him, although I didn't want to blame him. He played his role very well.
Okay. But is it not this aggressive mindset that Rohit Sharma inculcated in the team since he took over the captaincy?
Even I feel that Rohit Sharma, when inculcated this kind of mindset into this team, Rohit Sharma said that I have players who can play the anchor role. I have players in my team who can play the anchor role. He never said that Virat Kohli should also be the aggressor in the team. He never said that Shreyas Iyer should be the aggressor or KL Rahul. Even in the 2020 World Cup, it was like KL Rahul played like Jack Callis. He got enough time and it was his role, and we got dividends in the Australia match, the first match. Even Virat Kohli played his own game. Rohit Sharma played that game because there was player. He was never like one trick pony. That game should complement the other game, and it is Test cricket. Test cricket should be played like Test cricket. Even Rohit Sharma tried that same thing in the subcontinent condition, and he failed miserably. In Test cricket, I feel the conventional cricket should be there.
One's wicket or KL Rahul's wicket was, I think, where we lost the match. Although Ravindra Jadeja fought alone and with help of Bumrah and Siraj, but Nitish Reddy and Washington Sundar, I was expecting more from them. But
it's like the book says, number 3 in Test cricket must be the most technically sound batter, and number 4 should be the best batter. The rule book says that, or that is the common consensus. So my question to everyone in this panel is that, do you think Karun Nair is the most technically sound batsman in this batting lineup?
Okay, to address this, I would say there is something with the management as well, because that is something that I wanted to bring up as well. In the fourth match of BGT, if I'm not wrong, yes, in the fourth match of BGT, it was KL Rahul at number 3. In the fifth match of Border Gavaskar trophy, the last 5 matches, if we take, in fifth match of BGT, it was Shubman Gill, or maybe vice versa. If I exactly don't remember. It was Gill in one match, KL Rahul in another match. Going into this series, first match we got Sai Sudarshan, and then at number 3, and then we changed to Karun Nair. So either we are clueless about who is perfect fit for number 3, or we do not have a player who is capable enough to be fit for number 3. And I don't think that there is lack of player in this. Satyaja, you wanted to say something?
I always wanted that number 3 should be Shubman Gill because he's one of the most
Exactly.
technically perfect players in the team. And now being the captain, number 3 occupies a wonderful role, so he should be there. But also I wanted to highlight some different numbers here. Numbers game says a different story. Not about batting rather, but it's more about fielding. India lost by 22 runs. In the second innings, India gave 32 extras. Buys 25.
Yes.
England buy runs 0. Right? That buy runs have made all the difference, which is the difference between you and the victory. So that is somewhere India also needs to be more comfortable with. You have gone to a tour, your main wicketkeeper is down, you have a side wicketkeeper, and he is giving so much buys. Yeah, it is his first match in this condition and everything is there. I accept all those things. But then again, if buy runs is the difference between you and the match win, then it's a problem. It's a problem that needs to be answered. Why not try with KL Rahul?
Actually, for test matches, we generally prefer the batsman who play down, like in the middle order or late middle order, where fifth, sixth number, because he needs rest. After 90 over wicket keeping, you can't just open and come in 3-4 batting position. That's why even Adam Gilchrist did that.
Who opened for
Sorry?
India, Parthiv Patel during the 2018 series when Riddhiman Shah got injured. Even Dinesh Karthik also kept for India in the final match.
Yeah, it's
and also
rarest of the rare cases. And the thing is, even Adam Gilchrist, we saw Adam Gilchrist, he was opening for Australia in white ball cricket only.
Yes,
He was,
yes.
but in test matches, he will keep for the day and he will come at fifth or sixth or seventh number. So there is different kind of game plans, and you can't risk your well settled batsman KL Rahul just for keeping. Of course, all what matters, we know that how the difference was just leaked away in buy runs. But if you are playing in international cricket, Dhruv Jurel should have been that much responsible that 25 runs is too much, actually too much.
When the total is
And-
182.
Yeah, exactly.
Jorut, their highest scorer for 7 innings, scored 40.
40.
Ben Stokes 33 and extra 32. Now, this is a good insight. This is a good insight coming from a wicketkeeper himself. Like, you cannot open the innings after keeping for 1.5 days or something of that. This is a good insight again. And since we are talking of keeping, I just want to bring up this as well. Even Pant's keeping has not been that great, not been up to the mark as well. And reminds me of Ashwin's statement that Rishabh Pant is not a wicketkeeper batsman, he's rather a batsman wicketkeeper. So we need to address that issue as well. I think.
See, in India, if we see after 2000, if there has been only a player who has been a proper wicketkeeper for Test, that is not Dhoni, that is Riddhiman Shah.
Yes.
He has been the perfect wicketkeeper India had. He was rather playing for his wicketkeeping in the team, not for his run-adding capabilities. So in Test, wicketkeeping matters a lot. It is like, I think from one day T20, Test has much more wicketkeeping requirement in any format of cricket. So there we need to have a really strong wicketkeeper. Rishabh Pant is obviously a batsman wicketkeeper, not a wicketkeeper batsman. So this is again a pain point for India. We need to have a really good wicketkeeper who can
we have
bat.
seen developments. Actually, he has developed into a very good keeper, but recently he is not doing well. So I will stick to Pant for the meantime because we don't have batters also in the team. We don't have, like, the Jurel's wicket keeping ability is also into question. Now, if Jurel was a very equipped wicket keeper, then we would have thought about a new concept that, okay, let's play Rishabh Pant at 4, bring in Jurel at 5, and we can also ask our captain Shubman Gill to play at 3. Then it would have been a beautiful combination because Karun Nair is off late, is not playing the right cricket. We are seeing it.
Abhishek?
And maybe for Karun Nair, this was the last match, possibly. Because
I actually didn't got your question. Please, can you repeat?
No, we are talking on Pant as the keeper batsman or batsman wicketkeeper.
Yeah, as Satyajit added that Ashwin was saying that Pant is not the wicketkeeper batsman or other batsman wicketkeeper. I am totally agreed with that point. If you are
Bumrah.
talking about Ridhiman Saha, if you are saying you are talking about Ridhiman Saha, his wicketkeeping was too good. Even Mahendra Singh Dhoni was one of the finest wicketkeeper, I would say. Rishabh Pant was doing good at earlier, but I don't know what happened. Maybe he is focusing more on batting than wicketkeeping. But we need a proper wicketkeeping batsman or wicketkeeper who could save us those important winning runs.
Orko has mentioned slogging and going hard with intent and aggressive cricket. From that, it reminds me of three England batters who got out slogging the ball, mainly Brooks, Root, and Stokes. Few of them got out while slogging the ball. Does this hint towards a flaw in what we call as the best ball or what has been marketed as the best ball and the new way of Test cricket? Does this hint towards the flaws of this? Even though they won the game, but uh, getting all out for 192 is not something that you would be proud of. That batting lineup would be proud of. Let's start with Abhishek.
And even reaching 192 was due to they played slow and boring cricket. It should be mentioned clearly that they reached 192 or even 386 due to the real test cricket or the boring cricket, not because of baseball. Otherwise, it would have been other way around. So, baseball was a failure. That's why even England shifted to classical test cricket. And thanks to Root, uh, it made possible that England is now moving away from baseball.
Satvika?
So England this time I have seen play a lot more composed cricket.
Hmm.
I'll not say they're directly moving away from baseball, but they're applying it when required. Not always they're doing it. In some of the innings, I think in the first match, possibly in the second innings, they were trying to hit and accelerate the run flow. But in this match, rather, we saw them being calm, composed. And in second innings, actually, they did not have much chance as well. They were losing wickets at regular intervals. So their approach got a bit limited. But yeah, this was more of a classical textbook test match rather than high hitting entertainment drama.
Orko?
uh, we have seen the overall spin playing quality internationally hitting the downward curve because you have mentioned about these sweep shots. Nowadays, it's an endangered art that people are unable to play the spin bowling with the straight bat. It is like sweep is now a preempted or premeditated, fabricated shot to counter everything. So this is something which does not fall in the books of Test cricket, and this is the biggest problem because everyone is going to play the extremist cricket. Baseball is a kind of game which is too much extreme, and even I'm also not in favor of that cricket which says that you are facing 90 to 100 balls and you are getting out after getting set. So there must be a balance. If some team is scoring above 350 or if it is scoring 387, they are playing sound cricket, mentally sound cricket, which is the need of the art. If you are chasing 193 and you have seen the other team facing the problem, facing the hit while playing orthodox cricketing shots because the bounce was not there, it was it was basically common sense from your part to play the game the way it should be played. Going for lackluster cricketing shots without thinking about the next bit, what the middle order will play, or without thinking about the approach of the middle order, that was stupidity, complete stupidity. So that is the ultimate takeaway away from this test match for me.
So in the attempt to achieve flamboyancy, we cannot compromise on stability.
I wanted to add that not only stability, but you just give up on techniques too. Even you are slogging, you know that ball is bouncing like it have a unpredictable bounce. The basic thing we learn from our clubs or wherever we train, playing with a straight bat. It will help you to uh, it's just a basic technique. We all start playing cricket with a technique like 1, 2, 3, the poses of cricket, and you basically counter it, or you basically forgot those things when you are going for a flamboyant type of cricket.
We're talking of flamboyancy and stability, and we cannot miss out talking of two players who have been providing stability to this team. But whenever anything happens, they are the easiest scapegoats when it comes to Indian cricket. Ravindra Jadeja and KL Rahul, they have been subjected to too much hate, and they have been put under the bus for playing that stable cricket or providing that stability. Many commentators have said that Jadeja lacked the intent of scoring runs. He should have tried to score runs. I don't know what he could have done there with 80 runs to chase, and already Bumrah and Siraj are the only partners left with him. So, what's your take on this sort of, I would say, allegation that Jadeja lacked the intent of scoring runs?
Even Sunil Gavaskar added that Jadeja could have scored between in overs of Root and Bashir. But the thing, even he was saying that in such conditions, like when we fail to succeed, we generally gives us excuses that I could have done that earlier, that I could have done that. That was in similar fashion. Even he didn't pointed out, or he didn't uh, made any statement that Jadeja was wrong. He gave 10 out of 10 points, gave full mark to him, but it was kind of, even we do that. We do the same. We look back and say, okay, I could have done that. I could have done that. But we all know that what happened was the best step at that point of time. Jadeja was totally on the mark when he was playing to win the game. He knew he has overs. He knew how important his wicket was, and I would say he has already done that. I already respect him as a batsman, as the number one all-rounder in Test cricket, and he stand to that ranking. He proved the rankings right.
Satwendra?
I think at this point, what KL Rahul and Jadeja badly need is a very good PR team. They are the ones who have every time they're made the scapegoats. So KL Rahul has played a anchoring innings in the first half of the match and also in the first innings. He was the sole centurion in our first innings. So you have to remember that. And when it comes to Jadeja, 87 for 6, 112 for 8, and after that, after nearly every time the batsman is committing a mistake, he's going there and talking to them. I remember there were certain bouncers being bowled. Bumrah was trying to hit them. He hit even once. Once he even hit it off Archer, I think, for a 4. And every time they were trying to have a bounce, get a nick, and get him caught out, Jadeja was signaling him, no, don't offer a shot, leave this ball, leave that ball. And we saw how Bumrah became too ambitious and was trying to hit a 6 and got caught out. So people have blamed Jadeja for a lot of reasons, for trying to shift on the third and fourth ball. He was giving the strike to Siraj. Um, Maybe he was also not trying to hit those fours and sixes. Even in the bad balls, he was showing respect to the bad balls as well. Now, certain questions come, like if he did not give the strike on the third and the fourth ball, how are you so sure that in the fifth and the sixth ball they will bowl in the stumps? That could they could bowl wide off and make Siraj play the next whole over, set him up in the first 3 4 balls, say 3 or 4 words, get him charged up and take his wicket, right? So he was, when he's taking the run in the third ball, he's making him play 3 balls, not the entire next over. First thing. Next thing is one loose shot could have ended the game at that point itself. He wanted to take it deep, make the England bowlers tired. They had to bring in Bashir, who was out with a broken thumb, because everyone else was getting tired. Stokes was bowling 9 over spells, 7 over spells. They were getting beaten at a time. They were losing the momentum. That's why Bashir was brought in. So he was taking the game deep, and plenty of overs were left. Everyone thought the game is over in the first hour itself. He took it post tea. There was a delayed tea session, if you remember, because
Yes.
umpires were also hoping that India will get out and the tea will not come. The tea would be the end of the match. But he took it post tea as well. He was taking the game deeper and deeper, and finally we started. Firstly, at 87 for 7, I was thinking, will India cross 100? And after 150, I was thinking, can India win from there? I remember in groups we were chatting, can India win it from here? So Jadeja was a spark of hope that everyone had. Now blaming him is like, again, post-COVID fans, as I say. So that's not done anyway.
I think winning it, 116 overs were allotted for India in that innings, and we got out playing 72, 73 overs, 74 overs. So 40 overs were remaining. So one run and over was more than good enough to win the game actually. So he was
And 30
approaching the
overs was
game.
played by Jadeja.
30 overs alone was played by
181
Jadeja.
balls.
180.
He was
So
taking all the load himself.
he was calculating it. Probably he was calculating it that way, that one single a game, but an unlucky dismissal of Mohammad Siraj. With that, since we are talking of dismissal of a bowler, there was another dismissal of another bowler, to which not many people made a controversy out of it. Rather, it was only the Indians who tried to create a hill out of nothing, I would say. The night watchman controversy between KL Rahul and Akashdeep, where KL Rahul is being blamed for giving the strike to Akashdeep, and about the role of the question comes up is the role of the night watchman. Is it to protect the batsman who is playing, or is it to protect the batsman who is up next? Why not both? Why not protect the both? So let's start with Satyajit.
So as I was saying, if you wanted the night watchman to just make way for the next batsman or protect the next batsman, possibly India would have sent Siraj, right? But the point is, going with Akashdeep was the reason he is a night watchman, but he was there to protect Rahul as well because Rahul was your most set batsman. Why would you want to lose him at the end of the day, right? So rather, Akashdeep was trying to do that, and he did that pretty well, except the last three balls where he exposed. But okay, he's out. The game is over. You go to the next day. Okay, that's good. I think Akashdeep did his job well, and blaming Rahul is like not understanding the tactical strategy that India team was going ahead with because you would not want to Rahul to go out at that point because Archer and Stokes they were bowling brilliantly at that time. They were charged up. They wanted Rahul's wicket at that point. They were not looking for Akashdeep's wicket anyway. They were looking to get Rahul. And next day you will be out there with two fresh batsmen because Akashdeep might depart in the first few overs. So you have fresh batsmen and the field is exposed totally. So I think what Rahul did was the rightest thing to do. Rightest thing to do.
Abhishek?
I just wanted to say what Satyajit said, post-COVID fan, who don't understand actually the basics of Test match cricket. The watchman is a like player who is going to protect both the players. It's a one simple thing that he is there that so our set batsman won't get out, or a good batsman who has the potential to score big will not lose his wicket. We know that after 90 overs match, like 90 overs, the how the pitch behaves, uneven bounce, and wear and tear here and there in the pitch, and the ball behaves drastically dangerous. And the point is, as a batsman, even you don't want to play those uh, at that point of time when ball is moving that much that you can't predict the swing, you can't predict the speed, you can't predict the bounce, and that's why night watchman is there so that the match could end as soon as possibly. You can say if you lose the wicket, the worst what can happen is the match will end sooner. But the thing is, if you get those few minutes where 1 over can like a well set bowler can bowl 1 over on that pitch, it will be dangerous. Even we uh, witnessed in England's innings too. Even those two opening batsmen who are like as they are opening for the team, they know how new ball will behave. They know how uncertain is the bounce, and they are habitual to it. Still, they were scared of facing one more over. And it is technically right. I won't blame even them, and I won't. Those who are blaming Rahul for that are, I would say, stupid, 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 and that's all.
Orko?
The thing is that I am not a huge fan of having night watchmans because I believe in batters. We had Washington Sundar as a batsman. We were playing with an extra batter. So what's the need of having an extra batter? So that we get saved when there is danger. So that time there was a danger. So you could have sent Washington Sundar at that very point of time because we already had players, we already had batters. So first of all, Akashdeep is a batter. Like if you see the batch of Siraj, Akashdeep, and Jasprit Bumrah, he is by far not the most technically sound batsman. Technically sound should not be the word which he must use, but he is a hitter actually. So that at that point of time, the strategy must have been okay. I must send a watchman who has a straight defense, straight bat who could have done that job. And that was the thing which actually Bumrah and Siraj did for us for about 4 hours. So I guess
Actually, I wanted to counter it. Even Bumrah had continuous zero behind his like stats. Zero, 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 and he was
3 or 4 continuous ducks.
yeah, exactly.
I feel
And
first of all, Washington Sundar should have been there
yeah,
because if there is a trouble, Washington Sundar could have been there.
But it's the controversy is actually quite different. That should KL Rahul have taken that single of the very first ball? That's the most important controversy that's going on. But if a night watchman is out there to protect the batsman and he gets the chance to
Hit with
take
it.
the single, he should be taking the single.
KL Rahul deserves absolute immunity because the work of the night watchman is to preserve the batter. So KL Rahul should. There must be no blame to KL Rahul because he was the sole surviving batter. He was the only hope left for us. And like Jadeja came as a blessing for us. When he got the match,
Even
KL was
yeah, even at that point we were thinking that yeah, KL Rahul can snatch the game here from here. Like till KL
modern.
Rahul, I was kind of hopeful that yeah, the game is in our hand. But after his wicket, it became difficult for us.
The game was always in our hands. It was India's game to lose.
Yeah.
192
Yeah.
target at Lords was quite easy. After you have scored 600 runs in the last match, it should have been easy peasy. But
1,000.
anyway,
Yeah.
A total of 1,000,
1000 runs in the last match.
1,000
Yes.
runs in the last game. And here we failed to chase 192. Regarding this,
So-
Satyajit,
And this lineup of England is very good because the combination is brilliant at this moment. Cards is bowling beautifully.
Not
I feel.
actually. I'll still say it's a makeshift bowling arrangement. Your most successful bowler is Stokes here.
Hmm.
Most
Like-
this is still a very naive bowling lineup. So imagine you are facing Stuart Broad, Anderson, Graham Swan together, spin and fast and swing. So this is just a shadow of what England bowling used to be. Jofra Archer's addition has changed the bowling. Like we called it a toothless tiger in the first match. Now it looks like a tiger with at
Not
least tooth
audible,
in
I
the upper
guess.
gums. So still, Stokes is one of their most successful bowlers. Oakes has been out of touch. Still, I'll say Oakes has been out of touch.
Hmm.
Karsey, he has tried to be aggressive. This match, the aggression in the last 2 days has brought the better out of him. I must say that. But still, I think if you compare it with the England team at least 5 years back, when
No,
both
I'm
Anderson and
like previous 2 test matches.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
com-
yeah. That I agree with you. That I agree with you. If you say in this test match, yeah, the England team has evolved. Their bowling has evolved with time in this series. But still, I believe England bowling is just a shadow of what it used to be. If you compare with their previous teams.
to me now, since I've started watching and following, watching cricket and following cricket closely, to me personally, this is probably the worst bowling attack we are facing. Worst English bowling attack we are facing.
Definitely.
Since we have started watching cricket, I don't want to bring the times we did not exist yet. So this is one of the worst bowling attacks we have.
Maybe say since 2000. Maybe if you say
Since
since
2000, yeah.
2000, this is the worst bowling attack in England. Definitely.
Even after the addition of Archer, actually.
Yes, yes.
No,
Archer
yeah,
did pretty good in this test match, I would say. Taking
No,
wicket of likes of Jaiswal, Rishabh Pant, and Washington Sundar, he did pretty well.
on an
he
individual
just
level,
made the
yes.
team.
On an individual level, Archer was good. I would say I would rate him good. But as a unit, it still looks weak. As a unit, still looks weak.
Maybe you can say
there-
Kars was doing very well with his swing tactics and setting up batsmen. And I would say it is. I won't say the team combination is pretty worthless, but I would say it could be better. It is not up to the uh, likes of Anderson and Broad bowling for or attacking for England, but I would say it's a decent bowling attack still in their home ground. It becomes a little bit more impressive, I would say.
they have
But
included Wes Atkinson for their fourth test. They have included Atkinson in the squad for the fourth test. Will he play or not? That's a different question altogether. Maybe Bashir sits out and we see.
Bashir
right
is
after-
out already. They have
Ah.
bought in the new spinner. I forgot who was last played in 2017. They bought in a new spinner. I forgot his name right now.
play as spinner in England, you need to be good batter. You should have that statistics in your like you should have the big scores in your tally, so you can play in England, I would say.
And see, like if you compare the Sena countries, right? If you compare the Sena countries, currently England has the weakest bowling attack amongst the Sena countries, undoubtedly. If you see New Zealand, if you see
I agree,
South
I agree.
Africa, if you see Australia today,
Oh.
Mitchell Stark was like wrecking havoc. He was just wrecking havoc. Today, I was just seeing that West Indies versus Australia match.
Yeah,
Six wickets for 9 runs.
Hey, it
And
was highlight.
initially,
It's not the match.
he was 0 for 3, 0 for 4, like that he was going. It took
I
4
think
wickets for 0 runs.
this league cricket has destroyed a brilliant bowler. His name is
Which bowler?
Trent Bolt is a brilliant bowler. Like with the white ball, the way he swings it, it's like poetry in motion, and he's not playing test cricket.
So my point being that when this India team goes and plays those teams, maybe in India as well, because we can with not full satisfaction say India is now untouchable at homes because we have seen what New Zealand has done. So this is
I would say it was something we can ignore right now because I will start feeling bad again that oh come on we lost the news.
so
We lost all these. Okay, leave it.
but yeah, my point being India has to negotiate England in this last 2 matches because this is possibly the weakest bowling attack you are going to play, except Sri Lanka and Bangladesh, obviously. But this is possibly the weakest bowling attack you are going to play in this WTC cycle.
It will actually add up to your tally. It
It is
is not
adding up.
only one series. It will add up and it
Yeah,
will
yeah.
give you better chances because winning outside the country, winning in Sena country is still challenging. Against South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, it would be tougher than this. And
Much
we
tougher.
all know that, and you have to convert this thing.
Yes, we are having a look at the
It's saying
England.
like South Africa and Australia will play in India.
We play
So
Australia in
therefore,
India, but we play New Zealand away. That's probably the
Red
toughest.
flag.
That's probably the toughest
yeah,
one. So few interesting inclusion in England squad actually. Jacob Bethel has been included. Liam Dawson has been included. He's 35 years old. Probably he's the one
Last
to
played
play
in
the
2017.
where is Jack Leach? Jack
and
Leach should have.
and Jamie Overton has been included. So will he make it to the playing 11? I don't know, but these are few
I think
interesting
there's
inclusions.
just one change for them. Only Dawson will come in. They will not change the winning combination this time because all the players are fired up now. Everyone is fired up. The test series has moved from
After
slow
the
burn
start,
to so I don't think they
yeah,
will
it is
change the
going
winning
to be
combination.
fun to watch last two tests. It
Yeah,
would be
last
like
2 days.
how the match has turned or how the bilateral series has turned into. It is like it is going to be interesting. There would be sledges from the first ball,
Hmm.
Is
and
Atkinson
they
coming
will
in?
be chill.
Nope, I don't see him.
I think he might come in, but the bowling combination is working fine. They have defended the total of 190, and they would be happy with it.
Yes, cards.
Just
Atkinson would be a surprise if they want to surprise anyone, or if any injuries happen, anyone want rest. That's an interesting thing to watch. But uh, I agree with Satyada that
I just don't want India to rest Bumrah this time because that would be a bad decision
Yes,
because we are already two down. Resting Bumrah now is going
and
to be the Achilles heel.
trying their luck without Bumrah.
By the
I
way, that
mean,
statistic still
According
holds,
to
right?
I just wanted
you know,
to
one of
see it just got worse in last two games. That stat just got worse. We won
Yeah,
without
the
Bumrah and
series.
we lost again with Bumrah.
the thing is, one of content creator, there's Krik Utkarsh. Okay, I did share his reel on my like Instagram page. He actually pointed out that stat. India has only won 2 games without Bumrah in Sena countries. One is Gaba and one is at Western. And India have won 8 games with Bumrah in Sena countries, and that difference is huge. Okay,
Yeah, that is. I pointed out in my Twitter thread as well, right? That statistic is very much flawed because India is winning at home with Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and everyone else, where you
Yes.
don't play Bumrah because you know you don't need Bumrah in those matches. Okay, and that is just inflating that numbers. But when you go to Sena, Bumrah becomes your main ace bowler.
and the thing is, you can't we trust on stats. And the thing, we didn't lost lots because of bowling failure. We were great with bowling. I don't know how it happened, but I think the mentality of batsmen got a little bit casual. That of course it's 198, we can win by lunch, and it ate up our chance.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, Orko mentioned one thing that he would have loved Washington Sundar coming in place of Akashdeep. So from there we move on with Washington Sundar along with Nitish Kumar Reddy. They have played last two matches. They missed out on the first game. They have been included for the second and third test, and they haven't been that consistent, or they haven't contributed as much as we want them to contribute, especially with the bat. With the ball, Nitish Kumar Reddy and NKR picked up two very important wickets. Washington was brilliant in restricting 192, but they haven't stepped up as of yet with the bat. What's your take on this?
That's why they are all rounder, right?
Yeah, they are all
You
around.
don't want them to. You can't blame them for not playing like a batsman. Okay,
True, but
so
if we
they actually Nitish Kumar Reddy did provided stability in the first inning, and even in the second innings he was trying to stand there. Of course, Washington Sundar was little hyped up, maybe due to sledging and all. Uh, but Nitish Kumar Reddy did play an important knock in the first innings too. He was there to support Jadeja, and he scored he
30.
wasn't 30s. He was
30.
Yeah,
If I
30.
if I, if you look at the scores
yeah,
now, if you look at the scores, Nitish Kumar Reddy, first match both innings he scored one
but at
run.
least he was better than Karun Nair. Come on, he was,
Yeah,
you can't blame him for.
yeah,
He is
yeah,
all
true,
rounder. You
because
can.
Karun
So
Nair is
I
a
want
proper
to
batsman.
add
Karun Nair is a proper batsman, and yeah, we have
one
Orko back.
thing add here.
But if you look at the runs now, one each in first game, in the second test, as Western test, 13 the 13 the first innings of third test was really good. But 13 in the second inning. So 1-1, 30 and 13. We'd have expected a little more from NKR, especially after he scored that century in Australia. He has made it he has hyped up our expectation from him as well. And
Yeah, actually, we do expect more from him, but we can't compare him as a batsman. I feel like he will improve that section too with his performance in earlier matches, or actually in Lords, even Washington Sundar. They will gain confidence and they will try to avoid such mistakes. Because trust me, Washington Sundar was lost his wicket just because of like sledging, or he was not in a comfortable position during
Wrong
batting.
shot.
Even crowd was going all over
crowd
against
was
him.
really fired up. Crowd was
Right?
really
Even
fired up.
and
Yeah, Orko, you're saying something.
No, I just wanted to add one point that my inner domestic cricket fan just wants our Indian cricket coach to know this, that a player like Manisankar Murasingh is the ultimate player for us in English conditions. If you want a bowling all rounder, because his pace is also beautiful, it's like adequate for that condition. He is a consistent bowler and he's a very good batsman also. I think the panel will agree on this. And from being, I
He's
must
been
say in
he's
this,
been he's
that
been
we
really
must
really
go
good.
for Manisankar Murasingh for one last time.
He has been really good in domestics actually. But that's a good shout from Orko. He's been really good in domestic cricket. Satwida, NKR and Washington Sundar.
I think they're good for the positions that they're doing. Like Washington in the second innings got 4 wickets. He was handy with the ball. NKR got 2 wickets in the first innings. Coming to the bat, I think NKR added 30 plus 13 runs in both innings. Washington Sundar added 23 runs in the first innings. Last innings he was unlucky, got out for 0. But I think we should not be touching their positions. Like let them be there where they are. They are doing good for the team. Karun Nair is someone we should be talking about because I think
Hmm.
the way he got out in the second match, it was a brain fade out call. That's not how you get out in such an important scenario when like you have to win it for the team. I think Ishwaran deserves a chance. Ishwaran deserves a chance in the next match. Uh,
But
I don't know if India is going to touch their betting anyway, but yeah,
Ashwaran mostly plays as an opener. So are they going to
Shubman Gill into third number. Oh, sorry, KL Rahul going to third number
third
should be
number?
the thing.
I feel Sai Sudarshan got a better chance of coming in at number 3 if they are going to change.
Maybe,
We have talked about Karun Nair earlier as well. So one last question before we wrap it up: is it over for Karun Nair?
possibly
Yeah.
not
Orko?
performing when the team needed him the most.
Hmm.
I think they should look for better option, because not trying would be difficult for Team India. Like we are trying a new set of player, we are experimenting with the numbers. Last 2 games are crucial and must-win games to win this bilateral. And I don't think. I think he is finished now. There are a lot more players, and now I'm thinking why Surprise is not here.
Orko?
I guess Gautam Gambhir is known for his strong beliefs, and he has given this opportunity to Karun Nair, which I thought that it is something which is very much historical because it is completely cinematic. I never thought that Karun Nair would have played for India again, but also he hasn't delivered. But I feel one more test match, Gautam Gambhir will give. Or if Karun Nair is not playing, I'll again say, keeping in mind the batting of Ravindra Jadeja, we must play him as a batter only. We'll bowl, and it will be an added luxury for us. But Kuldeep Yadav must play because Kuldeep Yadav can win you test matches. If there is nothing in the pitch, also he can win you test matches.
But then you are saying that if Kuldeep Yadav comes in and Kuldeep Yadav comes in for Karun Nair, that would be a no. I don't think.
That I like
I
because
don't
I have
think
Nitish Kumar, Washington Sundar in the team, so I feel that
they haven't
Jadeja
they, ha-
must.
they haven't provided with those many runs to have faith in them and go with
So,
replace one proper batsman with a proper bowler, because you don't get runs from Kuldeep Yadav actually. So if Kuldeep Yadav
yeah,
has to
I know
come in,
the
I think
option is very risky.
I think if
If
Kuldeep Yadav has to come in, it has to be in place of Washington Sundar, and that will weaken the bowling, weaken the batting actually. So it's tough for the combination actually. It's
So
very tough
Sundar
for
but
them.
can play. Sundar can like
Yeah,
cover balls at least. If he is not scoring runs, he will stick and survive for many overs, which is required in test. He can give that confidence to the batsman at the
but
other end that okay, he will not get out.
the series, Kuldeep Yadav also survived 160 balls, 170 balls against England
Oh,
in
is it?
ranked runs. Yes, yes. Yes, that was a stat which I like noticed. After that, he got injured, but he was improving his batting technique because Washington Sundar is not delivering with the bat. Like you need, like this is the main problem. We are picking these two players and they are not performing their role. So why you are not going for a specialist? Because
No, you
if you
cannot
get
say
Chinese,
Washington Sundar is not performing his role. He took 4 wickets in the second innings, actually.
yes, he took 4 wickets in the second inning. But my question is that if you are picking Washington Sundar, in your mind, it's not about wickets. It's not about you will pick 4 wickets. As a captain, if you are picking him, in your mind, it is about he will give you an added luxury with the bat and he might take wickets in this kind of pitch. But if you are taking Kuldeep Yadav, in your mind, there are only wickets. If the pitch is not doing well, then Kuldeep Yadav might fetch you wickets. So
But
this
then,
might be the mindset.
but then if I'm picking Kuldeep Yadav for wickets and I'm getting those wickets from Washington Sundar, but those runs that Washington Sundar can give, or at least the number of balls he will play, he played 70 odd balls in the first innings, I guess. That is not something we can expect from Kuldeep, most probably because he haven't batted in quite some time actually. So that
But I
puts
think
Washington as the favorite.
Sona, the pitch is not dry enough in the upcoming two test matches, then Washington Sundar might not be that much effective with the ball. I feel
I
he
I
may.
I think we aren't getting any more dry or flat pitches. We might shift to greener tracks. I would be really surprised if we get another batting track. I'd be really surprised.
Nitish Kumar Reddy will play because he's a pacer. So it's like if Washington Sundar was scoring 30 or 35 odd runs, then there was no doubt. Like, okay, the captain would have get the confidence. Now the confidence thing is not there because we have lost the match also. That is also a thing to think.
Well, the series stands at 2-1. Before closing it out, I would just, without much discussion, I just want to address one thing that there was a spat or argument between one of the players and a good big YouTube channel person. The player is Sivat Goswami, who was there in our auction as well. And if you are wondering which auction I am talking about, stay tuned for that auction. There was a spat between that, and the YouTuber was sort of mentioning that you don't know about cricket. So that is where social media has come out to, where you can be a YouTuber, you can be a content creator, and you can call out a player that you don't know about Test cricket. But that's something. Cricketing Twitter is very different from what actual cricket is. So the series is 2-1. We are one behind 2-1, and all our predictions are still alive. Going into the fourth test at Old Trafford, we'll probably have a preview session before that as well. So for the time being, uh, what do you think? Where did we go wrong, and what we could have done better? What do you think about Karun Nair? And of course, what's your view on the aggressive cricket, baseball intent, and those? Do let us know in the comment section. And with that, we'll take a leave from all of you. Thank you so much for watching and stay tuned for more updates.
Thank you.